You're poor, you don't have health insurance, you have a disease, you die. As simple as that. The government is not assisting people. They don't have the network to do that. It's not enough what they can offer. Some other countries in Latin America is sort of the same. Probably Brazil in terms of healthcare is the worst coverage. And we do have lots of failures, lots of problems, but still lots of benefits. A lot of people have access to these benefits. If you don't have money, the state will never leave you alone. It's always assisting people, citizens. Then each province has its own budget, and you have more or less benefits according to the province where you live. This province particularly, it's very young compared to other provinces in Argentina. It has a lot of assistance from the federal government. It has some important resources like oil and natural gas. We provide gas to half of Argentina. The province, and it's got very few people as well. In this province, there's 160,000 inhabitants. That's very few for a province. It's considered a quite wealthy province. And for you just to have an idea, the budget that Ushuaia has is the same. Ushuaia has 80,000 inhabitants. It's the same budget that a county next to Buenos Aires has, one of the largest ones near Buenos Aires, that has 1.5 million inhabitants. Ushuaia with 80,000 uses the same kind of money, has the same kind of money. Say again? Federal money, a lot of is federal money. And then it's also the fact that it's a capital city that gets more money. But yes, you're right, federal money. Yeah. So here we are already outside of Ushuaia in a valley that is right behind the mountains of the city. Those are the mountains that got some snow, are a bit higher than the ones in the city, and obviously there was a front of snow behind the city and not much in Ushuaia. We're going to make a stop now to enjoy the view, for you to take photos in just a moment. The mountains are all of them part of the Andes. What's typical here is at the bottom of the valleys. All of our valleys at a certain point got flooded. The ones that were quite deep and close to the oceans got flooded by the sea, forming channels, like Beagle Channel, for instance, or the Strait of Magellan. Those are glacial valleys that got flooded by the sea. In more inland, like here, they got flooded with fresh water that finally, and during the past 12,000 years, those flooded sections were occupied by a moss, forming huge peat bogs. So peat bogs are also typical here. We're stopping here for you to enjoy